The Sailor Jimmy podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Rooftop Solutions. Steven Smolko and his team are the best in the roofing business. Give us a call at 832-512-5758. Again, that's 832-512-5758. Welcome to the Sailor Jimmy podcast, your one-stop shop for raw takes on current events, sports, news, and everything in between. Inspiring people to chase their dreams, share their success stories, and find joy in life. Now, here's your captain at the helm, U.S. Navy veteran, Jimmy Rogers.
So welcome to season 3, episode 1 of the Sailor Jimmy podcast. And today is a very special show because most of you know that I'm from Tomball. I'm a huge advocate for Tomball. I love this town, and I'm very happy to bring on the show today the Mayor of Tomball, Miss Gretchen Fagan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And I also have Lindsay Rogers here, my wife, who's also a Tomball native and a Tomball High School graduate, 2009. So She's here today. She's going to ask Gretchen some questions. But today's show is about the city of Tomball. Gretchen, are you a Tomball native?
No, I've been here about 25 years.
25 years, okay. And you first became mayor in 2007, correct?
Correct.
So about 15 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So looking back, when you first decided to become the mayor of Tomball, what was the initial reason or desire to be the mayor?
Well, I was actually on city council first.
Okay.
And that really came about by a total fluke. My mother was actually in water aerobics at Sports Med, and they were doing their water aerobic stuff, and somebody said, "Hey, we need a woman on council. Doesn't your daughter own a business?"
Right.
And I just opened my business like 2 months before that. So I didn't know there were barking dogs or potholes. But I said, sure, let's
That's
do it. Yeah. I taught my mom how to use an Excel spreadsheet, and the rest was just kind of history. So after 3 years, then I became the mayor. And so I was elected mayor pro tem my second year by my peers. And then we had
How many people were on the city council back then?
5. It's always been 5 councilmen.
It's still
and
5
myself.
today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
that's
so that way you're
expanding.
typically not going to have a tie.
Right. Well, cool. So it wasn't just like you wanted to be a career politician, or it was never in the plans. It just kind of happened that way.
It just kind of happened.
Right.
Yeah, and back when I decided to run, I knew that I'd be good for Tomball. I knew that we needed a different vision. We were
25 years ago, I was 9 years old. So I remember when driving to school in Tomball when it was like just 2 lanes and no department stores, no highways, it was truly a small town.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just come so far in the past 25 years.
Yep.
Well, anyways, welcome to the show. We're going to dive more into you being mayor later on, but I want to have a little fun with you first, if you don't mind. We call this segment rapid fire. Excuse me. So I'm gonna throw some questions at you. You just give me a 1-word response. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Mayor.
Perfect. If you could solve one world, this is always a fun one. If you could solve one world problem, what would it be? Anything in the world.
Poverty.
Poverty. A lot of people say cancer or homelessness. I guess that's considered poverty. What about you?
Greed,
Greed.
because I think greed feeds into all of the issues that we have, such as certain illnesses and poverty and all the other world's issues. If greed wasn't there, then we'd have a much different world.
Absolutely.
It's true. Cool. So
What would you choose, Jimmy?
I think I would do away with
It's a hard question.
like something that we had this on another show and somebody said mental health issues, because I don't know, I think there's a lot of, obviously being in the military, like PTSD and stuff. If I could cleanse the world of mental health problems where everybody could be in a clear state of mind, I think that would be pretty amazing.
That would be
There's so many good answers.
But that wasn't a 1-word answer.
That's right.
Got him.
We were so bad about that, Gretchen, on this show. We do this 1-word rapid fire thing and it goes off into a whole rabbit hole. So let's talk about the history of Tomball for a little bit. And it obviously, well, not obviously, but you know this, obviously, that it started off as some sort of railroad hub back in the day. And according to my notes, it was named after Thomas H. Ball. Do you know anything about
Thomas
him?
Henry Ball.
Thomas Henry
Thomas
Ball.
Henry Ball. Yes.
Yep.
We actually have a statue of Thomas Henry Ball and a dog at the depot.
Okay.
We also have bronze statues of all of our agriculture, oil,
Right.
railroad, things representing that. So, yes, he actually was a politician. He was responsible for deciding when the Houston Ship Channel came in, which way the railroad was going to
Wow.
go. And this is the route that he chose. And so we were actually Peck, Texas at that time. And
Yeah.
then
That's right.
probably about 7 or 8 months after we were officially Peck, then we changed it to Tomball. And it actually used to be 2 words.
Yeah,
Oh,
it says
really? I
that we
didn't know
were
that.
Mhm.
originally owned by William Hurd, or the land was originally owned by William Hurd.
Yeah, that's in every survey and everything. It's all the William
Yeah.
Hurd survey whenever we do plats and all that kind of stuff.
Lindsay has a book that she's been reading at home. It's called something.
It's the City of Tomball. It's a red book, and I mean, it's got all the history you could ever imagine, and it's a really interesting read. You know
Mhm.
how Tomball was founded, Decker Prairie, Cypress, all the surrounding areas to here, and kind of just who came in and settled the land and how that all kind of worked
That all-
out. And so many of the founding members of these cities, you know, the streets and roads and everything are named after them. So
Right.
when you're reading the book, you're like, oh, I know that,
that.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that Leslie Upchurch's book?
It may
Right, right.
be. Yeah.
Because I think some of her relatives are interested in people that may want to purchase it again.
Yeah.
It
Doing-
seems like
doing a
it's an
reprint.
older book.
Well, for us, it's really interesting.
Didn't you like
'cause-
steal it from the library?
No. My mom's had it forever. But what's
Her mom
interesting
stole it
is
from the library.
You never returned it. Don't lie.
my parents' property in Decker Prairie. Isaac Decker actually lived there, and he planted this gigantic live oak tree. That's probably, I mean, it's so big now, but it's kind of like a historical landmark in that area. And just, you know, you get into the book, and right off the bat, it's kind of like how Isaac Decker came in and settled there, and you know, just developed that area.
So the person named Decker Prairie Elementary after lived on that property?
Say that again.
The person that's named after Decker Prairie Elementary lived on your parents' property?
Isaac Decker. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Did not know that.
And he's buried in the Decker Prairie Cemetery as well.
What is your favorite historical spot or historical fact about Tomball?
Probably my the biggest historical would be the depot.
Yeah.
Because the depot was scheduled to be torn down years and years ago. And the county commissioner actually took it to Burroughs Park and stored it there for probably 10 years.
Oh, interesting.
And
I didn't know
then
that.
we brought it back and restored it and actually opened it in 2007.
Yeah, and it's been used a lot lately for events and city happenings or whatnot. So
Yeah, we didn't even used to own all that land.
really.
Yeah,
Oh,
we just
wow.
had the depot, and there was an antique store in front of it, and there were some little houses. And so just slowly by surely, I started calling people on the phone saying, can we buy your property? So that's how the whole depot plaza and park and all that came to be.
Wow.
So- well, that brings me to another point, and it's something I want to ask you is you've been mayor for 15 years of Tomball. Looking back, like what are some of your favorite or biggest accomplishments being mayor? I mean, obviously the town and the city has come such a long way. Like for me personally, from when I was in high school to where it is now, it's just the growth economically and
Mm-hmm.
just highways and department stores. It's just been amazing to see. But what's your biggest what was your role in all that? And what was your biggest accomplishment?
Well, a lot of like what you see in Old Town now, the mom and pop shops, the new restaurants popping up, never did we have any of that before.
Right.
But that's been very intentional that we concentrated on Old Town
Mm-hmm.
and we put all the big box stores over on.
So you still keep that small town
Yeah,
feeling.
so we can keep that and people can still walk around and, you know, we don't have
Sure.
trucks coming in and out of Lowe's all day and that kind of thing. But that's where a lot of the sales tax is generated from, or all the big box stores.
Sure.
But we know it's important to keep that small town feel.
Right.
And probably the thing I'm most proud of is people like you.
Yeah.
You graduated from Tomball High School and you
Thank
came
you.
back here.
Yeah.
You're doing
Absolutely.
successful. I mean, it's amazing. And we're seeing that more and more now.
And you bring up a good point because, you know, I went off to the military, got to see the world. I could have came out and resettled anywhere, but I came back home
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean,
The way that Tomball has developed has just been incredible because, I remember being young and there was just that 2-lane highway. And now you have, like, back in the day, there was, a Chili's?
Mhm.
There was nowhere to go eat, no restaurants, not really any shopping besides, the little shops. But, now you've got essentially everything you need with the big box stores and that
Right.
kind of thing. But then you've got this amazing culture with all those little mom and pop shops and the farmer's market and the depot, and you can go and walk, and the culture of it's just wonderful, and it welcome you want to come back.
Absolutely. And I know 15 years ago, you never saw anybody on Main Street
No.
on Saturdays and Sundays. I mean, it was a ghost town.
We were actually talking about the other day about how we use the word cute, how cute downtown Tomball is, like
Mhm.
with the brewery going in and then all the mom and pop shops. And we've even still done some antiquing when we bought our first house in Tomball and bought whiskey cabinets or different things for the house. So I don't know, that's really cool. But Tomball's a special place, and they say, doing my research, that a lot of people are moving to Tomball. They said by 2030 there was going to be over 20,000 people living in Tomball, and I think right now we're around 12,000.
Yeah. Yep.
So
It was a little over 12,000. So that's quite some growth coming.
Yeah.
But we also know we have like 2,200 homes that are going to be completed in the next 3 years.
sure,
And so what we're doing now is we're trying to anticipate the growth because we knew the growth was coming,
Yeah.
Right.
and we knew that it would.
yeah, and it's a great place to live and raise a family. The school
Absolutely.
district is top notch, and they say Tomball is known for the hometown with the heart.
Right.
And they were doing an interview with my head basketball coach a couple months ago, Brad Ball. I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember Brad, but he was saying that the community of Tomball loves all the kids. So if a kid's out in public and they're getting into trouble or something and they're from Tomball, well, the parent has a kid from Tomball, well, like that's their kid too. And they always try to protect the Tomball. It's just a really tight-knit community, especially in the school districts,
Mhm.
and a great place to raise your kids and put them in school.
And that's one of the things that I've seen too at our excuse me, at the food truck park.
Yeah.
Is the kids from Tomball.
Yeah.
They're polite.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Very polite to the customers, very attentive.
Yep.
So yeah, somebody's doing a good job raising our kids.
Yeah, and I think it's just a community.
I
Sometimes
think,
it's
it's the whole community
Mhm.
that,
It's what we
does
represent.
that.
Oh, because nobody's shy and saying, "Hey, stop that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what we represent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how does Tomball? I wanted to ask both of you. How do you feel Tomball differs from like a big city like Houston? Like, what would be? I mean, there's the obvious reasons, but if you're living in the city, what would make you want to move out to Tomball, like in the suburbs?
I would want to come out here to raise my family
Yeah.
and have a great community like we just talked about, supporting your family. The school systems are amazing too. I wouldn't want to go to any other school system.
You have a great mayor.
And just, we have a great mayor. And then the
Thank you.
culture, the heart of the town. I mean, I can't name anywhere around here that has the heartbeat of Tomball.
Absolutely.
It truly sets itself apart.
And the schools are what brought me.
Yeah.
What brought my husband. We wanted to raise our kids here because of the fantastic schools. But once you get here, it's a feeling you can't really describe. It's just a feeling. It's the
Mhm.
people,
You
and
fall in love with it.
yeah. When everybody asks you, you try to explain it, and you say you just have to come here.
It's weird because even like when I was in the military, people are like, "Where are you from?" I never said Houston. I said I'm from Tomball.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Butler does the same thing in the
Yep.
NBA. He always tells people, "I'm not from Houston. I'm from
From
Tomball." So it is. We're very prideful people.
And for us, when we moved away to Virginia when he was in the Navy, it's like, well, do you want to stay in the Navy? What do you want to do? You could live anywhere. Well, no, we wanted to come back to Tomball. I mean, our family's here, but Tomball is special.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So what role do you play, as a mayor? Like, what role do you play behind the scenes in keeping that hometown feeling? Obviously, there's city council and influencers and things like that, but like, what role does the mayor play in making sure that Tomball has that hometown feel, has that downtown antique shops and
I think it's the focus and a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
yeah,
Because typically, council's not going to vote on, are we going to get a new restaurant? I mean,
Right.
that just doesn't come to them. But being out and being seen, I'm the one who goes and I talk to the schools,
right,
find out what the kids want to do. And I always tell them, I know what y'all thinking. You want to get out of this podunk town, but I want you to come back because you remember how good it is.
100%.
Absolutely.
And growing up in Tomball, that's exactly it. Like, you grow up in it and you think, oh, this is such a small town, but then you move away and you get away from it. You're like, oh no, this is where I want to be. 100%.
I need to get back here.
Yeah.
So a lot of behind the scenes things. Again, at the very beginning, like when we didn't own the land at the depot, we didn't use a realtor.
Yeah.
I picked up the phone and called people. And at that point, they said, "You're who?" I said, "I'm the mayor."
Yeah.
They were like, "Well, when did that happen?"
When did Tomball get a mayor?
That's right. What? Yeah. I said, "Well, I've been mayor about a year." So, yeah, it's pretty neat. I was actually talking to somebody yesterday who asked how long I'd been mayor, and I said 15 years. And she said, "Well, I'm 33." Yeah. And I said, "Yeah, I've been your mayor almost half your life."
Almost half your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been the mayor pretty much.
Yeah, since you were in high school.
I was 9 years old, right? Yeah, since I was 9 years old.
No, since you were in high school.
This was in high school, so 18, 19. You're right. For as long as I can remember, you've been the mayor, Tomball. Since I was old enough to care about that stuff.
Absolutely.
You've been the mayor, and I've just, the town's done so well. So kudos to you from me on what you've done with Tomball.
And kudos for managing the growth too, because I know that's a big issue. So many new people moving here, and how do you keep the great culture that we have? And y'all have done a fantastic job. So.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a group effort too.
Yeah.
So.
And as a leader that it takes a good team of people, and you got to have the support around you to do anything special. Like
absolutely,
I know that from the things that I do. Like I'm the face and I get all the credit a lot of the time, but I have so many people around me that are the backbone that if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be doing any of the things I'm accomplishing. So I'm sure you have a great team of people around you that help you be successful.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes a good leader.
Yeah.
Pick people who are smarter than you.
Exactly. You don't have to know everything. But
so you can stay there and go,
yeah,
exactly. I did that.
That's a good point.
Uh-huh.
And man, there's a lot of amazing people, like from what we've accomplished with Boots or Troops in this town. There's a lot of people in this community that come out and they're volunteer. They don't want anything in return except to just help us accomplish our goals. So it's just, we keep talking about the culture and just the way the people are in this town. It's just an amazing place to live. So all that being said, what does the future look like for Tomball? Like, what is the next 5 years?
I think the next 5 years, again, we're going to see tremendous growth.
Right.
We're going to see younger people, and that's the changing demographic. And I think it's great because people want a safe community to raise their kids in. And so I think we're just going to see more of that, more sidewalks, more parks, a lot of things that the people told us they wanted during our comprehensive plan.
You think that's what's going to attract the youth to come here, is like the more, I don't know, like entertainment stuff. I know there's a big main event going in. Mm-hmm. There's
more
the new
activities.
Industrial complex with the brewery. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I feel like young people, it's more attractive to young people. Mm-hmm. In the past, Tomball has been kind of a maybe older demographic.
Absolutely.
Is that true?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Right.
It's definitely changing. But again, it's the younger people coming back.
The only thing I would say about Tomball that I would add to Tomball that I kind of miss or don't experience a lot is some of the more upscale restaurants, like nicer restaurants. I know we have like Bonfire is really good.
Bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
But like a Perry's or a, something like a 5-star, like a Killings.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that you could beat Bonfire in my opinion, but you can only go there so many days a week, right?
Well, I don't know.
True.
We eat out every single meal.
I told Curtis and Jessica I needed a frequent eaters card because I'm going to be in there every single week.
It's so good. The best
time.
pizza I've ever had.
Right. And again, it's Tomball kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make a good point. Like there's a lot of, how can you be more proud than the kid that grew up in this town, went to high school, graduated here, that opens a successful business?
Absolutely. And we see so much of that in downtown.
Yeah. When the school district called me like maybe 2 years ago and they said they wanted to do a highlight article on me, I almost cried. I'm like, wow, that's such an accomplishment to have your school district come back and put you as one of those highlighted people. So
very nice.
I owe a lot to this town.
Well, speaking of one of those attractions that I think is bringing the younger people back in as well, 403 Eats. What made
We like to think so.
people love a good food truck park, and
Mhm.
y'all's is run beautifully.
Thank you.
You can go and choose. I mean, when I went, I was like, I'm gonna have to come back here a lot because I can't choose. There's so many amazing options. But what made you want to start that?
Well, we actually bought the land because it was for sale. It was on Main Street. It was next to our insurance office.
Mhm.
We had no idea what we were going to do with it. Tomball had some very, very strict food truck ordinances, and the council passed an even stricter one. And I told them at the time, I said, I know what we're doing here. We're trying to get rid of a truck that's been sitting broken down for 2 months in somebody's
Right.
parking lot.
Mhm.
I understand that, but you got to promise me you'll have an open mind if somebody ever brings a good concept, because food trucks are kind of a big deal.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We maybe don't understand what they are, but guess who does?
Yeah.
The younger
You-
generation.
The
Yep,
younger
yep.
generation
It's
understands.
very trendy right now.
Yeah, my mother actually, when I told her we were doing Mother's Day at the food truck park, it was before we opened. She's like, we're going to the food court. I said, I'm not taking you to Willowbrook, Mom. We're not going to the food court at the mall.
That's not good enough.
That's right. But so then we actually just were over there one day, and I said, hey, how about food trucks? Mike
Yeah.
said, well, let's put your money where your mouth is, or let's put our money where your mouth is.
I
Yeah.
think it was a brilliant move because there was nothing like that around here.
Absolutely.
So-
Well,
And-
we had a food truck festival. The city put one on. 9,000 people showed
Wow.
up.
Wow, that's incredible.
And a lot of that too was so Tomball could understand what food
Sure.
trucks were and what they could be.
yeah.
Right.
And I think it really changed a lot of people's opinions of it.
So did that happen before you opened 403 Eats?
Mhm.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, just the year before. I mean, so we were working on it.
Right. And I mean, food trucks have some of the best cooks and chefs that may necessarily can't afford to open that big brick and mortar restaurant, but they can cook.
Yeah.
Their food's amazing.
Well, and it adds so many more food options too. You know,
Absolutely.
we're all looking for a good place.
You're
for-
expanding 403 too.
Events behind the fence.
Yep, we talked about this. You're going to be bringing maybe some bands and entertainment.
That's
and-
right. We're looking at maybe like on Wednesday night, do a kid night movie.
Yeah.
Thursday, we already have bingo every Thursday,
Awesome.
but maybe add an open mic night.
Yeah,
Live
that
music
would be
on Fridays,
cool.
Saturdays. Yeah, and we do karaoke on Sundays.
fun.
So if you're out and about,
Fun.
it's also $3 mimosas.
$3
Oh,
mimosas.
say less.
Well, that sounds good, like on a brunch type deal.
Mm-hmm.
I love mimosas. Bloody
Yep.
Marys. I'm excited for that to open up because I'm big in the entertainment world. So
Absolutely.
I love live music. I love nothing more fun than on a Friday, like if the weather's good, go sit outside and listen to a good live band or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other day? I was sitting at the house and I was like, I want to go do something outside because it's beautiful. Where can I go? And that's going to be a perfect place.
Absolutely.
Let's go to 403.
Yeah, well, and we have more outdoor seating than anybody.
Really?
So even during COVID,
Yeah.
we did fine. We survived.
Yeah.
And again, the people of Tomball are amazing because as soon as we could open for to go, there they were.
I mean, a lot of people rallied during that time.
Mm-hmm. We actually had people that would back their trucks into our parking lot and eat in their tailgates.
Tailgates. Oh, that's
so
awesome.
They weren't
Yeah.
technically at the restaurant.
Yeah.
We
That's
did
great.
that.
Mhm.
Yep.
We did that. Speaking of COVID, how did COVID or the pandemic affect like how you had to govern Tomball or how we governed Tomball?
I think during COVID at the beginning, it was just getting the word out, letting people know, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we shouldn't do. Let's not panic. We're Tomball. We can
Right.
take care of ourselves. We can figure it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Zoom, I mean, well, that's one of the best things.
Oh, I know.
I know.
No
Now you can
kidding.
sit
Are you a
around
pro
in
at
a nice,
Zoom now?
in a nice top and some shorts, and nobody
Yeah.
knows. But yeah, a lot of that. Our council meetings went to Zoom.
Yep.
I would be at the council meetings. Our city manager and city secretary, very light crew that would be there, but we never missed a meeting. Never missed a beat. And just keeping people informed. I know I've had people tell me before when we have what's called, I forget what they call it now, but we used to call it reverse 911.
Mm-hmm.
And it would actually dial phones saying, hey, it's a hurricane. This is Gretchen Fagan. I'm your mayor.
Yep.
Everybody's stay where you are. We'll let you know what needs
So
to
that
happen.
goes out to all the Tomball residents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Back during usually hurricanes is when we see that used the most. And it's
Yeah.
funny. I had people call me saying, as soon as I heard your voice, I got calm.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow.
That's
That's because
awesome.
you're
Yeah.
the leader.
Yeah. And then I remember my kids during one of the hurricanes,
Yeah.
we issued everybody stay in your houses, curfew. And then we got in the Hummer and we drove around. And
Yeah.
my kids were like, I thought there was a curfew.
Was that fun? Was
I
anybody
might
out?
just be the mayor.
That's right. No, we're checking the streets to make sure nothing's blocked.
Yeah. Man. I've always wondered what it's like to be mayor. Like, is it a lot of work? Is it stressful? Is it?
It's usually not stressful. It's usually a lot of fun because I'm more of the face. And so I'm the one who gets to go to the schools and talk to the kids and being out there and, adding all the festivals that we did, even the farmers market. I mean, that's come in the last 15 years.
Right.
And
You're like the spokesperson for Tomball.
Yeah.
The face. And then we have people that do the work, and
That's right.
it's the fun stuff to be the mayor. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the council votes on things that we present, and the rest is just history.
So do you have any further political
No.
desires?
No.
So whenever you do decide to stop being mayor, stop running for mayor, you're just going to call it quits from there?
Yeah. I think so.
Retire.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be a little fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I like our pond.
Yeah.
Because here we can come up with an idea, and within a couple of months, a couple of years,
Actually
it's
implement
done,
it.
and you can see it. Whereas
Right.
higher levels of government, it's a lot
Much
more
more
red tape.
difficult,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So
That makes sense. Maybe some people just like that stressful. I don't know. I feel like being in DC as like a congressman or a senator is like,
Seems
who the
impossible to
hell
get
would want to
anything
be
done.
there right now? They can't get along for nothing.
oh, absolutely.
It's no longer compromising. It's about winning,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
who
I'm
can have
not-
the most power.
Yeah, I'm not really very political,
Yeah.
so I would not do well in that
Yeah.
setting because I would just tell somebody what I thought.
We need people like you. Hold on.
love it.
That's right.
Let's
Yeah.
think this over. No I'm kidding.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
We need her
Right?
here.
Yeah, it'd be nice if everybody said,
It'd be nice if you
Yeah.
could tell people the truth and how you really feel, and then have a debate and then still be friends and move on. But that doesn't seem to happen in this day and age.
No.
But anyways, Lindsay, what else do you have any questions for Gretchen?
Well, I think I kind of answered them or asked them already. Just kind of about Tomball and
What did you do before you were 25 years ago? You said you were before you ran for mayor, before you moved to Tomball. Like, what was your first job?
my first job after school was farmers insurance.
Farmers.
And
Okay,
I
so
have
you've been
a
in
farmers
insurance.
agency today. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I started as an underwriter, moved to the marketing department, moved around the state a couple of times,
Gotcha.
decided this is where we wanted to end up, and actually became a district manager. And now my husband and I own the agency together, and we've had it for a little over 20, 25 years.
that's awesome. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Austin.
Austin. Okay.
Yeah. Went to school at what was Southwest Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a college.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bachelor's degree from there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
In marketing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's Texas State.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, but old people like me still call it Southwest Texas in San Marcos.
When I filled out my FAFSA, it was still called Southwest Texas.
Really?
Form, but I had to cross it out if you wanted to write what it was actually called.
It's a party school.
Yeah,
Gretchen used to be a partier.
that's
Don't
right.
lie to us.
Don't lie to you. I know when I got accepted to Southwest Texas, one of my mom, she was telling one of her friends, and they're like, "You're sending her to the party school?" She was like, "What are you talking about? No, it's in Texas Monthly. That's the number one party school in the state."
I used to tell people, it's not party school anymore. Change the name.
Did you go there?
That's right.
No, I just had a bunch of friends.
Yeah, I did too.
And again, another great little town.
Yeah,
San Marcos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. I went to community college in Virginia Beach, and then I finished at American Military, so I didn't get to go to that big on-campus university, but I had enough fun. Military. So I'm a big sports fan, Gretchen. I'm a homer. I love the Astros. I love the Texans. I love the Rockets. The Tomball High School football team had a great run last year into the state playoffs. What is your favorite Tomball sports memory? Are you involved in the football teams and the basketball teams and the?
So probably my best memory of any sporting events is when the Patriots and the Red Cats play during the Mayor's Cup every year.
Oh.
They play 5 games,
Makes
and
sense.
I go to to every game.
Yeah.
Award the mayor's trophy.
There's nothing
Yeah.
cuter than that, is
I
there?
know. And I know the first year I did it,
Yeah.
I was wearing a white shirt, had mayor on it, and it was rainy, muddy.
Oh,
All
no.
those boys were covered in mud.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, the mayor, and they're looking around, and like, the mayor's a girl. And they were like, the mayor's a girl. Can we hug the mayor? Can we hug the mayor? The coaches were like, no, don't knock her
How old are
down.
those kids?
They're young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have
They're
a sophisticated
about 13 or
cheerleading?
14.
I was a
Yeah.
sophisticat when I was
Sophisticat,
younger
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So it's
When
pretty
I
neat.
filled out my FAFSA,
Yeah, that's cool.
It was still called Southwest.
I don't think I've ever been to one of those.
Form, but
I didn't
could
play Red
cross it
Cats
out
or.
if you wanted
Mm-mm.
to.
Is-
Right.
What's the
What
Patriots?
it
Is
was
that
actually
like North
called
Point area?
Southwest State now.
Okay, so same thing, just different part of town.
Yeah. And it's cool now, too, to see kids. I mean, they'll come to 403 and say, you award me the mayor's cup.
Oh,
Aww.
they're all
Yeah.
grown up now.
Mm-hmm. The
That's
same
so
with
funny.
at the Christmas parade. I walk with the kids that make straight A's in the elementary school.
That's
I used to tell
And
people
now
it's
to
not a
see
party
those
school anymore.
kids-
They changed the name.
Coming back
No, I
saying,
just had a
I
bunch of
walked with
friends
you
that
when I
did,
was in
yeah.
second grade.
So I spent some time.
That's
outside.
very
That's
interesting.
so cool.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the new high school coming in? Because your daughter went to Tomball, and
Mhm.
we went to Tomball, so we're very partial to our original
Do our original
Tomball Cougars.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
You talking about
new
the,
school and
Tomball Memorial?
Memorial.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
They-
feel a sense of rivalry, or are you able to stay?
I'm sure there's a little rivalry.
Yeah, there's got to be a little
Pretty
rivalry,
neutral,
but yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty good. It's
As a
it's-
mayor, she has to stay neutral.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got to stay neutral. But that school is huge.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Still, it's not better than the original Tomball.
No, can't
Nothing's
be.
better than the original Tomball High School.
It always has to. I've always thought about how does it feel to be the kid to go to the like Magnolia West or Tomball Memorial. Are you like the? I don't want to say it. I don't know.
Are they spoiled
You
because they
just-
have a gigantic, beautiful school? I mean, I
That's
guess
true.
they're lucky. They're
Although
blessed
when I
for
was
that,
growing up in
but-
high school is when they redid Tomball High School.
Mhm.
Like most, it was like very recent. I don't remember exactly when they did it, but we went from when they built the big towers on the
Yeah.
end and the second level. So
Well,
I
and
mean,
we thought Tomball was. I mean, Tomball is amazing,
Mhm.
and that was so new to us at the time too. And then you go to Tomball Memorial, and it's like a mini college campus.
Oh yeah. Yes.
and that football stadium on 99.
Holy
Why didn't I get to
moly!
play
in that?
That's right.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
I drove by
First time
that
you
thing,
pull
I'm
up on
like,
that, you're like,
Was there a college going in over here? Or
Mhm.
what? That's football in Texas though.
absolutely.
Love
sure
our
is.
football. Can you do anything else at that stadium besides the football games? Like, are you aware how that works?
Mm.
Like, if you want to do a concert or a festival or something,
Just have to get with the school
Yeah.
board and see.
I didn't know if they have it open for non-ISD stuff. Because Cypress has a facility called the Berry Center,
Hmm.
and they have they have multiple facilities, but thought about that the other day.
Well, we
Um,
did at the Tomball High School football stadium. We actually in 2007 had George Bush come.
Oh, wow.
It was our 100th birthday,
Oh wow! I
and
remember
so
that.
we actually did it in the stadium, and the
Amazing.
school district managed all of it.
Yeah,
It was very impressive.
was it?
Yeah,
Wow.
very very impressive to be sitting next to the.
Oh my gosh! I
president.
can't believe I don't remember that at all.
Mhm.
But I mean, I was a freshman or sophomore then. Probably wasn't paying any attention
Right.
at that time. But
When was that?
that's really
2007.
Oh, I was 1 year graduated.
Yeah, because we were founded in 1907, so
Yeah.
2007 would have been our 100th birthday, and I actually presented the president with the key to the city.
Wow.
Cool. Oh,
How cool was that?
Yeah, and he kissed me on the cheek.
Oh, wow.
That's what made the news.
Jealous.
Yes, my mother-in-law got home and said
Mm.
her voicemail thing, pushed to
Did she
listen
get
to-
all the messages? Oh my God.
We just saw your daughter-in-law get
That's
kissed
so
by
cool.
the president.
That's
Oh,
so cool.
wow.
And so when his grandson George P. Bush, land commissioner now, when he came to town to speak, we told him that story and we were laughing. And when I introduced him, he got up on stage and kissed me on the cheek.
Oh.
Just look at you
And
getting
he-
kissed by all the
I know. He looked at me and goes, family tradition. Oh, that's so cute.
That's so special.
Mhm.
Where were you when they brought Bush Senior through on the railroad?
I was on the tracks.
Were you?
At the depot? Or
No,
where'd you go?
it came the Union
Oh, that's right.
Pacific line.
Yeah.
And so we were actually on the overpass that it came under. So we were out there for hours
What
and
a
hours. and
what a
hours.
cool day though. I mean,
Oh, it was
something you'll never
amazing.
forget for the rest of your life.
Amazing.
I still remember when it came by so fast. I remember seeing that little window with his
Yeah.
casket.
Yeah.
And we put pennies on the tracks and squished a penny.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Keep little
that
keepsake.
was cool.
Yeah.
Very cool day.
And the town, like everybody went out. And,
I know.
Like
they were
everybody
shutting down their businesses
gathered,
and stuff. Yeah.
brought lawn chairs out,
Yeah,
and that was a
absolutely we
really
did.
special thing.
Because I remember saying, "Can we close this road?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's ask for forgiveness later.
We went way back in like the Hardin store,
Mm-hmm.
like some weird side street,
Yeah.
and there was like 100 people back there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was cool.
it was very neat.
Um,
The Sailor Jimmy podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Rooftop Solutions. Steven Smalko and his team are the best in the roofing business. If you've noticed roof damages or signs of roof damage, suspect a leak, or have neighbors who've had roof repairs or replacements, chances are it's time to have your roof checked out. Our team of experts will inspect your roof for free and, if needed, guide you through the insurance claim process and restore or repair your roof to mint condition, leaving you with the peace of mind that comes with knowing your family and your largest investment are safe and secure. Give us a call at 832-512-5758. Again, that's 832-512-5758.
Going back to sports a little bit, we talked about your favorite memory. One of my favorite memories of Tomball is in sports is every year the Little League baseball parade.
Oh yeah,
I got to do the baseball parade a couple of times playing Little League baseball in Tomball. That's always a fun and cool day as well.
yeah. I mean, nothing says hometown
No,
more than that.
yeah. I mean, when those kids get so excited,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to go down Main Street, pull into the ballpark, and then you get to play a game or two.
Yep.
I wish I could be a kid again.
Well, we do the same with
Yeah.
the homecoming pep rally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
go down Main Street and end up at the depot
for
or
Tomball.
High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they want to do that, and then
Yeah.
a couple of years they did it where we just kind of went around the school
hmm
Yeah.
for the parade and ended up back in the stadium.
Well, we just got to pop out a kid then, Jimmy, so then we can have our kid in the Little League and the Red
That's right,
Cats
and the Red
and,
Cats.
Kids
you know,
make me
kind of relive
stressed.
it all again.
Kids make me stressed. But well, you have a big election coming up,
hmm
and this is the first time you've been opposed or ran against in how long?
In 2007, I had an opponent. 2010, I had an
2000.
opponent.
So it's been about- yeah.
12 years.
So what's your pitch to the Tomball people to say, hey, reelect me?
My
I'm putting
pitch.
you on the spot. No, like
Um,
why should you have my vote, but for those that don't or maybe indecisive right now, why keep Gretchen as the mayor of Tomball?
Well, and I think again, when I'm talking to people, they all moved here because they love Tomball.
Right.
And Tomball is today what it is because we have planned and we have prepared for the growth in the future. But at the same time, being very thoughtful on how we kept the mom and pops. You know, how did
Right.
we partner with business owners in order to get stuff done? And again, to see all the things on Main Street, and you know they're all Tomball kids.
Oh yeah,
Because now my daughter's like, oh, I went to school with them.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to school with her. Oh, I went to school with
I
her.
remember your daughter.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's doing well too.
She sure
from
is.
what you said.
Yep.
Well,
Works
and
with us
you're-
in the office and everything.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, helped us open 403. She did an excellent
She's
job.
kind of an entrepreneur herself.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I was at the Tomball Women's Committee luncheon today, and they did this like networking activity, and you had to like find whoever had like a sticky note with your name on the back of it, and she was one of the people, Paige Fagan.
Oh,
She was there
Awesome.
today.
No, she wasn't, but
Oh.
her business was.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
very nice.
I just think my pitch for you would, and I'm not speaking for myself, is that I mean, look at the town look at the growth economically. People want to live here. They want to raise their kids here.
The
It's
work
just
speaks for itself.
yeah, the work speaks for itself. It's such a great place. It's why change right now? I mean, I feel like you've done such an amazing job in the last 15 years that there's no reason to not let you keep doing what you're doing and being the face and loving this town and let it keep progressing. But anyways, you have my vote,
Oh, thank you.
and we appreciate you taking the time to come here today and
Oh,
visit with
absolutely.
us and talk about this wonderful town that we all three love, and I think all the listeners from Tomball love as well.
Well, and I think it's so neat here. Your new office.
Mhm.
We're here with beefy marketing. I mean, just the energy that you get when you come over here.
To have a business in the heart of Tomball is
Absolutely.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I fought with some people in our organization to, not want to say fight, but it was very important to me.
Change is scary.
Change
right?
is scary. Like,
Change is very scary.
But I wanted to be in the heart of Tomball because it's a community of supported Boots for Troops, and I'm very proud of the fact that these packages that go across seas and get these soldiers and sailors and Marines get, and it impacts their lives and saves some of their lives, that they're put together right here in Tomball. I mean, if you really think about it, it's a big deal in the military community. Some of the messages we get back in the testimonials from people in the most dangerous parts of the world, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iraq, on Navy ships around the world. And they're writing us back saying this package changed my life, or it helped me get through today. All coming from right here in Tomball, Texas. We're just a little dot on the map in the country, but we're making a huge impact, and I'm very proud that
because of the support of this amazing community, honestly.
A lot of it is the support of this community. I mean, there's some support around other parts of the country, but I would say more than the majority of it comes from this area.
From here.
And that's what I try to tell people when I explain the organization is be proud that this community is doing something so important for our troops. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it. But
absolutely. And we're so glad to have you here in the heart of Tomball.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Anything else you guys want to talk about, promote, anything coming up?
Well, we do have a crawfish.
Or catfish.
Oh, yeah.
Catfish.
This Sunday. Well,
Oh,
by the time this airs.
4 Eats.
Is that this Sunday?
Peel for
Or
purpose.
it will be this Sunday when this airs.
Oh, it'll be a couple of days ago.
No, well, wait. Is it April 30th?
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
24th.
Oh, the 24th.
Yeah,
so we're going to miss it.
Yeah.
That's all right. We just had a big Peel for a Purpose in Hockley that was majorly successful, but
A crawfish festival. Yep.
Crawfish Festival. But when you guys hear this, it will be past, but we're doing a 403 Eats Peel for a Purpose, which means 403 Eats is going to be serving crawfish April 24th.
Yep.
And for every pound that the community comes out and buys, they're going to donate $1 back to the organization. So thank you, Gretchen, for participating in that.
And they've also partnered with Paradigm Brewery on this one as well.
Which is another Tomball kid.
Yeah, Paradigm supports us as well.
They're
And for every
everywhere.
beer sold, they all donate $1 back as well. But Gretchen and Paradigm have paired up on this to support.
So for every Unforgotten that we sell, we're donating $1 to
Are you going
Boots
to
for
keep
Troops
Unforgotten there?
Yeah.
Is it just for that day? Or
No,
is
we
it,
always have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I saw it in there the other day.
Yeah, you have
Yep.
a new brewery open.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to support them. And again, what an amazing place they have.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful facility.
It is beautiful.
And they're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is Josh from is he a Tomball kid?
Chris is.
Chris is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're so right. There's so many young people, and I'm not even aware, but there's a lot of young people that come back.
Well, and it's like with Bonfire, we went there for dinner, I don't know, a few years ago, and I'm sitting up at the bar waiting for our table, and Curtis comes around and he's like, "Hey, you're Lindsay. We went to school together." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're kidding." Like, I never would have thought to run into like one of my old classmates.
Right.
And just how cool to see them grow and, to own a business in the heart of Tomball and to see people you went to school with, you grew up with, being successful because of the support of this community is really cool.
Yeah, it really is. Have you all heard about the sip and strolls that they're doing
I
in,
have
in
heard.
Old Town?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's pretty neat. It's all the stores in Old Town
Mm-hmm.
get together and they open up and you just walk between the stores, have a glass of wine, maybe
In downtown Tomball?
Mhm.
When is that?
They do it about once a quarter.
Okay.
And the last one that they did, they're doing one, and again by the time it's airs, but this Friday they're doing like a mom's night out.
Yeah.
You're not a mom. Well, you have a dog.
You have a dog, so you can
mom
go.
now.
Yeah, but the last
cool,
one,
though.
the last one they did on a Saturday from 12 to 6, which most of them have been in the evening. But what they did is they got 6 restaurants to say, well, if your passport gets stamped at least 5 locations, and in our case, you get a free margarita.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and so it actually then pushed people out to the restaurants after they were finished shopping.
I heard really good things about it. We'll have to
No, that's all
we'll
right.
have to join the next one.
I saw that you were doing a video the other day. I don't know if I think it was recent about team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that's coming up or that's year round, right? Like if you want to support team, like drop off groceries or
That's
clothes
that's year
or
round. This is just our annual fundraiser.
annual fundraiser?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How can we help?
you can just go online and donate.
Is it a certain day, or is it just happening like right now?
It's happening right now.
Okay.
It's kind of ongoing. But like you said, you can also drop in and say, what do you need?
Right.
Yeah, they're right off Main Street.
Can I work?
That place has been there forever, and that's been
Mhm.
a lot of people don't know about my past, but I've been a team before when I was a kid. So food, clothes,
Absolutely.
other things. I don't know if they do other type of financial support or whatever, but that place has been a big part of supporting people in need in this community. So if you have clothes or food or you want to shop, we'll probably take some stuff by.
Yeah.
I have
love
I have a
that.
ton of clothes I need to get rid of.
Yeah.
But
And it's cool too. I mean, you go there and you see Al from not the Rotary, the Lions Club.
Yeah.
Lions Club's a big supporter
Mhm.
of team also. And so it's again just
We
Tomball
love the
people
Lions
working
Club.
together. Yep.
They're big supporters of us too.
You were just at
The-
Rotary, weren't you? Did you
Yeah.
speak there?
Um,
Yep.
Was that Rotary? Was that Rotary?
Yep. Tomball Rotary. Yep.
I think I spoke at Tomball Rotary.
And then the Tomball Chamber is fantastic. Everybody there is so kind and so welcoming. And
I'm talking about Bruce.
yeah, Bruce Hildegeist, one of my favorite people.
Every time
He's
I see
just
Bruce, I
so
just got to give him a
genuine.
hug.
You just got to give him a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for coming again, Gretchen.
Absolutely.
Lindsay, thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy today too.
Of course, anytime.
Good luck in the election.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all that you've done for this town and my hometown and being a leader and helping it grow. And I'm so proud of this. I don't know whether to call it a city or a town anymore, but I love Tomball and thank you for all you've done for it.
Absolutely.
All right. That wraps up this episode of Sailor Jimmy Podcast. Shout out to Tex Racks, our show sponsor.
Here in Texas, it seems each year the weather's becoming more and more extreme. Heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration maintenance, repair and replacement can no longer be left to your run-of-the-mill contractor. In today's world, you need a company that can provide not only top-notch services, but also provide excellent customer service and is reliable, honest, and professional. Well, folks, we're here to tell you, Texas Refrigeration and AC Services, better known as TX Racks, is the company you've been looking for. Texas-born, Texas-owned. With 30-plus years of experience, TX Racks offers a full range of services for residential and commercial heating, cooling, and refrigeration. If you're looking for the best of the best to handle your preventative maintenance, which will keep your equipment operating efficiently and prevent unnecessary breakdowns. If you're looking for a company that is well-trained in indoor air quality to keep your family and employees healthy and happy. If you're looking for a company with integrity, reliability, and great customer service, look no further. TX Racks has you covered. They offer a full range of air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration services, using the most up-to-date technology and training, with a mobile app to keep you informed about the arrival of your technician and the expert knowledge and experience to evaluate the quality of air you're breathing, along with always providing a live professional to take your call. TX Racks keeps Texas homes and businesses warm in the winter, cool in the summer, and keeps all of us covered with the best warranties in the business. Always on time, always dependable. Call TX Racks for all your cooling, heating, and air quality needs. TX Racks is your go-to in Texas. Always ready to rack up on satisfied customers. Call TX Racks today.
And we'll see you guys next time on the Sailor Jimmy Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Sailor Jimmy Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. For more information or to connect with Jimmy, check us out on the web at SailorJimmy.com, on Facebook at Facebook.com/JimmyRogers34, on Instagram at SailorJimmyTX, and on TikTok at SailorJimmy. We'll see you next time.